up this morning, went to take out the trash, and there was snow. We don't get snow very often in Las Cruces, so very pretty out there today. But I am on the road, as you can see, always wanting to go and explore somewhere new, etc. So we are off today on our way over to Tombstone. I thought I would go over to Tombstone in Arizona today and just check it out. And then I have to come back right away because Monday morning I want to go and see if the DMV has the title, which they should, because they were going to overnight it Thursday. So if they don't have it, I don't even want to think about that option. If they don't have it, I will have to yet again be on the phone with the company and say, where is it? Where is this non-existent, title that was supposed to be overnighted? But hopefully it's actually there. So Monday morning I want to hot-foot it back over there and get my car registered, which would be good. So this morning there's one channeling the 5 basics that Bashar was talking about, and I think it's really kind of a good one for people to hear about living life on this planet, and what's been chosen with life experiences here, etc. Everything he says in that is just absolutely correct. So it's a good one for people to listen to. Now another one this morning was funny. This girl says, well, I woke up spiritually, like a few months ago or something. It hasn't been. And then, but she's upset because she's not manifesting her reality, and she wants wealth, and she wants... I just have to laugh. They hear a couple little things and then they think they've got it all figured out, and I'm going to manifest everything that I want in my life, and it's going to happen exactly what I want, and it's, or the other one I love is when people come on the path and they think they're going to be enlightened in a year. I'm going to work really hard at it and I'm going to be enlightened in a year, and I just laugh. It takes lifetimes. It takes years. Nobody gets it in a year. Okay. So yeah, no, it's a long path. Well worth it, but but you're not going to get there in a year. I don't care how fabulous you think you are, brilliant you think your practice is going to be. That's not going to happen. Okay? So anyway, with the Bashar thing is, it's about understanding everything takes place in the here and now. I gotta go through the... Good morning. Okay, you too. Thank you so much. Border Patrol. So, everything is the here and now. Now, I do have a thing that I wrote about that. I have another one that's good on mind, and another one on being in the now. being in the now. And the path, the only thing that you have to change is the thought. Okay, the thought. Like I said, in my own journey, when I started, I was in depression and PTSD, and all these things were going on, and it was just, I wanted to be any place other than on this planet. I'll do whatever I need to do to get off of here. But when you finally come to realization, when everything deconstructs and you find oneself in that divine ease, or the zero, I call it 0 point balance. Now you'll hear also Bashar talk about the zero, and all of that stuff is blown out immediately. Then you find out that there's nothing wrong with this planet. Everything changes and nothing changes at the same time. But you are in a different consciousness, a different state of reality. And then you enter what's called the play of God, the play, versus in that I call the soap opera, okay? The movie of the soap opera that we construct out of our own misunderstandings, our own emotional upheavals that we give, and thoughts that we give too much credit to, too much, how do I want to say it, reality, too much reality to, okay? So, a big part of the path is staying in the moment rather than reflecting in the past or projecting in the future. You have to be in the moment and understanding what being in the moment is, okay? So that's part of it. And then it's observation. It's going into quietude, letting the mind still, but watching the thoughts, watching your actions. And, when you do something, you do it fully. One thing at a time, do it fully. If you are, like I say, you're having your coffee in the morning, you feel the warmth of the cup, you feel the taste, you feel, everything. You get commune with it. You get in touch with it, okay? And then you watch the thoughts. And you see they come from nothing and they go to nothing. And what gives it reality is your attention to it and buying into it. Now, people will go to these, I forget what you call it, but it's a meditation where you're there for a number of days. And you're sitting there and the thoughts come and go. And they can seem very real, but they have nothing to do with sitting there. It will be past, this has happened, and that's happened, and projecting in the future, and you go into these, and none of it's taking place at the moment. Okay, at the moment, the only thing that's happening is you are sitting there. And also, part of the path is when I tell people, if something is coming up, and you're getting triggered, then you come back and say the only thing that's happening is, and exactly what you are doing in physicality at the moment. It will have nothing to do with the errant thoughts that are driving you and causing you these difficulties, okay? You bring yourself back to the moment. If you have to get up and walk or do something physically, then do it. And bring yourself back to the moment. The only thing that's happening in this moment is whatever you are physically doing. And get yourself out of the mind spin that you're reflecting on or buying into and creating again more of that scenario of the drama of depression or anxiety or PTSD, flashbacks, etc. So bring yourself back to the moment. Another thing that you can do, and I tell people this, is the gratitude journal. If you were in heavy depression and the woe is me, the grand pity party, and we've all been there at some point in the beginning of my journey, man. I was in the pity party, and we beat that drum for all it's worth. But people, they may be interested in that parade for a short time, but then they'll get tired of it, okay? So if you are in the grand pity party, you do a little diary log of at least three things you're grateful for. At least three things that you have gratitude for. You start a gratitude journey, a gratitude journal, and that will help to move you out of the poor me saga, okay? Because you always can find something you're grateful for. Look at the beauty of the blue sky. Look at the beauty of the snow we had today. Happy that you have a house over your head, that you have food in your stomach, that you have whatever it is. I remember my own gratitude journal. I was so happy just for a slight breeze on a hot day. That's how bad it was when I began. It was, a little breeze on a hot day. Okay. So grateful. You'll find a lot of the things you're grateful for are minuscule things. Not big, huge, huge things, It's little things. Okay? So, if you want to also, part of my practice was in India, was sitting by the Ganges, and I would just look out to the middle of the Ganges, pick a point, and just stay focused there and let your mind still, and the water goes by, but you're not following the water. You're staying in that still point. Okay? Same thing here. Your focus is in the heart center, and your eyes are focused on one point, and the rest of it goes by, and it's there, and it's registering, but one is not actively engaged in following and clinging to it. So that's a way also to do an open eye meditation, okay? Or you do a walking meditation, and you feel every step. As you step along the way, you feel every bit of it. You take in the scent, you take in the feel, you take in what's there. It's about opening the senses in exploration of what is there. Okay? I'll give you another practice that I give to my students. With your eyes open, whatever you see is Om that I am, because we are part and parcel of everything. Everything is part and parcel of us as well. Whether it's a tree, whether it's a rock, whether it's a dog, whether it's a vehicle, whether it's whatever it is, Om that I am, Om that I am. With your eyes closed, you focus in the heart center, I am that I am. Okay? I am part of that divine is. Okay? That 0 point balance. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. Om that I am, Om that I am, Om that I am. And this, again, brings in the micro and the macro together as to part of discovering who and what you are, minus the storyline that you've constructed during this time on this planet, in this storyline that you are living out and exploring as you are here. So I think, I can keep going on with more, but I think I'll leave that here. That's enough for people to explore and to take in and to begin with, in your journey. Because no matter what you do in your journey here, you will learn your lessons. No matter what choice choice you make in life, there will be some doors that open and other doors to close. Okay? So, I've had before students say, well, what should I do? What should I do? Well, don't ask me how to live your life, because you live with the consequences of your actions. I don't live with the consequences of your actions. You do. So you have to choose, and no matter what you choose, it will be the right thing in that moment. Okay? Know that it will be the right thing. Even if you choose it and then you have a difficult time, that difficulty, you can learn something from it. You can get something from it. Even if it's to find out this is absolutely not what I want. Okay? This is absolutely... Okay? So, anyway, you do your own choices. You live your life. That's why we have free will here. We have free will, and you can make your own choices. Nobody can make and run your life for you. Okay? Now, if you allow somebody else to run your life for you, you're abdicating your own power. You are, again, subjugating yourself to something else. Now, of course, you'll learn something from that as well. Although maybe it's not the most optimum, but maybe it is the most optimum for your path at that time. Okay? So again, we're here to experience and to learn and to explore. And again, part of it is taking on all of these limitations to discover who and what you are. Okay? And just as importantly, what you're not. Okay? That's a big part of it too, finding out what you're not. Okay? You're not all of these things that maybe you have believed you are, which is inadequate or not pretty enough or not wealthy enough or whatever it is, not smart enough. All of these things that one takes on and burdens themselves with and creates and sustains and hangs on to in misery when that's not needed. Okay? So again, part of it is to find out what you're not. Okay? And consequently find out what you are. Okay? So you go from wanting to grow an ego, because that's what people think maybe I'm lacking. I need to have this more, a bigger ego, a better but in the end you find out you're zero. You laugh. The zero contains all. Okay? It gives value to all. It contains all. It gives that expression. But that's getting a little more deep than most people are ready for at this present time. 0 point balance. What is actually zero? The 0 point balance. What's prior to this creationary realm. Okay? So I better leave that here. Getting into a little more, too much more of depth than can be really understood when you're starting the path or doing that. That is all revealed at the end of the path. Okay? All of that is revealed. Quantum and 0 point balance and how this expression takes place, etc. All of that's known in a split instant. Now it takes years to get to that split instance, though. It happens in an instant. But again, it takes years and lifetimes to get to that instance. It's like, they talk about a band that's had an instant success. Yeah, after years. After years of dedication. then everything comes into alignment, and then they have that instant success. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you online. I didn't expect all this to come out, but that's the way it is. You just, what needs to come out comes out when it's supposed to. That's all. Okay? So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.